seems relevant, but just grateful to see you all. And again, sharing this, the joys and the sorrows. Yeah, so just taking this time to really to connect. We're doing this virtually, but feeling the goodness of our intention of coming together and exploring this mindfulness, this meditation, some tools and some wisdom about how to live this this human life here with a little bit more ease and maybe a little bit less stress, or at least learning how to be with whatever stress or whatever heaviness or whatever anxiety or tension, whatever pain we're carrying, learning how to be with it but not have it consume us and take us over. And one of the theme for today that I have in my mind is the fire. In the news lately, just the fires that are raging everywhere. And we've had a week of high temperatures here in the upper Midwest, and just, having this heat, this energy, those fires are really real, they're physical, but part of what we're exploring here are the fires in our own minds, right? What does our mind add? What kind of fire energy gets added that makes things even more uncomfortable than they already are, whether it's our physical situation or whether it's thinking about how the world is, or whether it's just how we are in this very moment. So just grateful that you're here doing this exploration, and hopefully there's something useful that could come out of what we reflect on today. So we'll start, as we often do, just with a little grounding meditation, letting go all those words that the prelude, and come in just appreciating being together, feeling grounded in your space that you're in, wherever you are, inside, outside, sitting, lying down, maybe standing up, whatever posture you're choosing to be with today for this initial meditation. And then go of the arrival and let the bell transition us. And I apologize, there's a little background noise where I am. Hopefully that's not coming through where you are, but if not, we're just going to be with that. Okay, so the bell is going to transition us. So the sound of the bell is the invitation to let go of all the arrival, all the checking in, the clicking and the doing, and those initial words, and just coming inwards just to check and see. This is our practice. Just how is it right now in this moment? This mind, what's the mood of the mind, the energy of the mind? Is it going out, looking for something, or pushing something away? Or is there just a calm energy? Or is there a dullness? Just noticing whatever the general energy of the mind is, not liking or disliking, just noticing. This is the mood. This is what's present right here, right now. And then bringing the awareness down into the body as a whole, because the mind is in the body, it's embodied. It's not separate, and just the energy in the body, just the general feeling. Is it feeling supported and safe, or is it feeling a little unsettled in some way? Is there no energy in the body? Is there some kind of tension or uncomfort somewhere in the body that's getting our attention? We're just open to whatever this is, just the general feeling of a body at ease, not at ease, agitated, relaxed, however it is. And then Inviting the mind to set an intention. And in this, set the intention, maybe just to be present with this sensation of breathing, however you experience it through your mind and your body. Some way to be interested in what the body breathing, how it's being perceived. So noticing on the inhalation, just noticing that we are inhaling. Maybe we feel it physically, or maybe it's just a sense of receiving energy. And then the exhale. Is it a sensation? Is it just a letting go, a receiving, letting go process? Can we get interested in this simple process of the body breathing? It does it on its own, breathing in, breathing out. And the invitation here is to let go of our usual way of just being distracted by thinking, planning, living in the future, the past, and just be with this immediate experience of this body breathing. Breathing in is like this. Breathing out is like this. The movement of the breath. Do you feel it as a physical sensation? Or is it energetic? Receiving, letting go. Can we let the mind just rest in this awareness of breathing? Breathing in is like this. Breathing out is like this. And we can notice if the mind is staying with that. Breathing in, breathing out. If it's wandering off, thinking, planning, sleeping, bored, whatever. Just notice if the mind has some restlessness or dullness to it, noticing that too. But encouraging it, just can the mind be interested in breathing in, breathing out? Giving something for the mind to do, but letting go of the usual habit of whatever the habit of the mind is, to live in the past or future, to disengage. Can we train the mind to be interested in this simple process of breathing in and breathing out? And maybe we notice the mind wandering because it feels bored, like, oh, okay, I've seen this before, this in, out thing, I've seen it. Can we pay closer attention, feeling the sensation of the breathing in, maybe feeling the coolness or just receiving of the energy, and noticing there's a little bit of a pause at the end of the inhalation. Maybe it's just a small space or a big space. And then the breathing out, noticing how that feels. Is it a sensation or just the energy? And noticing there's another pause or a resting before the breathing in starts again. So just an invitation to notice more closely. Is the breath relaxed? Can we notice the breathing in, pause, breathing out, pause? And if we pay closer attention, does that keep the mind engaged? Or does it stress it out? Saying, oh, I don't think I'm doing this right. And letting that go and just be with the breath. Can we just be in the middle of this process, breathing, present with it, contented? We need this breath to be alive, just amazing. Breathing in is like this, huh? Pause. Breathing out is like this. Pause. Noticing if the mind is still with the breath, if it's wandered off doing something else. Sleeping, dullness, fantasy, planning, whatever. Where did the mind go? How does that feel in the mind and the body, whatever it's doing? And then resetting the intention to just be with the breath. Breathing in, it's like this. Pause, breathing out. Pause. Not trying to change anything. You can notice if the in and the out are the same length or if they seem different. It doesn't matter. But just noticing whatever we can notice. Receiving, letting go. Movement, stillness. Right here in the simple act of breathing. Checking in again to see what the mind is paying attention to. Whatever it is, just noticing what it is, noticing what the mood of the mind is. Send a general sense of the body. Is it relaxed or stressed? Just noticing cause and effect here. And the mind's paying attention to this. The mind and the body are like this. You can notice what leads to stress, what leads to ease. In this way, we get to learn the habits of the mind, the effect. The mind will naturally, eventually, move in the direction of calm. Or at least notice when it's stressed out. It's like this. Breathing in is like this. Breathing out is like this. Take a few final breaths here before the bell rings, just breathing in and giving a slightly longer exhale. Breathing in with a longer exhale. Breathing in with a long exhale. Again, just checking in the mood of the mind, how the body is. It's like this right now. Can this be okay? This right here, right now. So the bell ringing invites us to let go of that practice, and maybe just take a moment to just check in what you might have noticed during that. I'm not judging it, just noticing, and then gradually bringing awareness back to being together here. Yeah, so as I mentioned before we started that little grounding meditation, what I wanted to talk about today was my topic is the fire of desire. That's the unofficial title. These firestorms that the mind can turn up. And usually these firestorms that we can have in the mind, they come from our thoughts. And whether it's a thought about what we're experiencing in the body, or whether it's just a thought, something that we generate, these fires in the mind are, they're real and they have a lot of energy. And if you think about fire, again, as we've been hearing about in the news, all the forest fires in various places, Canada and beyond, fire it's an energy, right? It's a energy, it's the burning, the heat, this is energy release of chemical energy and the heat. So that's what these physical fires are. But what we can investigate are the fires in our minds, and these fires come from our desires. And we've talked about desire in other sessions. Generally, there's three kinds of desires. There's like a desire for some kind of related to a sense desire, wanting something, and whether it's wanting something to eat, or wanting your physical environment to be different, or wanting a pain to be gone, a desire for just some ease in the body. Whatever your desire is, those senses, our five senses, are often, we think of that as the desire realm. We desire something for we want to be warmer or cooler or whatever. But in mindfulness, there's a sixth sense, and that sixth sense is the thinking sense door. And if you think about, and I don't know about you all, but in my world, the biggest desire fires come from what I'm thinking about. And sometimes it's when I'm thinking about what the other five senses are doing, that I want something different for that. But I can also, some of us who are really overly analytical, or we need to know, we want to control, there's that fire of needing to know, right? And that's a desire in that sixth sense realm of, if I just read this book, then everything will become clear, or I'll finally understand it if I just think through this, So it can be a sense desire in the usual five senses, or it can be that sixth sense of thinking. That's that wanting. But then there's other desires, the desire to become something, desire to be a better meditator. Like a lot of us are frustrated with that. Well, if only I would practice harder, I could be better at this. Or you want to become kinder, or you want to become this, or you want to become that. I want to become, a great painter, or I want to become better at playing the piano. I want to be, whatever, a better partner to my partner, whatever it is, better grandparent. So this wanting to become something else, it's not really like related directly to the senses. It's more of an idea of ourself, that we want to be something different other than we are. So that's another kind of desire. And sometimes they're helpful, but if we want it too strongly, then we identify with it, and then it's really painful. Or the other kind of desire is the desire to not become, to just want to disappear. Like, how many times have I'm just going to go watch a stupid comedy movie because I just can't be with this anymore. Or, we need to go, whether we have a glass of wine, or whether we just, whatever we use to escape, or sleeping. A lot of it's just like to escape into sleep, or dullness, or whatever. This is really just a wanting to just, I can't deal with this anymore. This mind body here, this self can't deal with this anymore, and we just want to shut down. And sometimes we just emotionally shut down. So it's this desire to escape in some way. So these desires, we can feel that we just get pushed around. And again, all of these desires have a kind of energy to them, like the energy of wanting to become something else, the energy of wanting to withdraw, like it's almost like a negative energy of moving away from, or the energy in leaning into wanting the next sensual experience. So all these desires, it's an energy that we get pushed around by. And so desire can really be, there's a lot of energy around it, just like there are in these forest fires. But there's also positive desires, right? There's the desire to be kinder, to be more compassionate, and if we can be kind and compassionate to ourselves in this desire, not have it take us over, but just have it be an aspiration. So there can be positive desires of ways of being, and noticing if it's a thought or an inclination versus something that we feel pushed around by, right? So even a positive desire can become toxic if we think we have to become it, and all of a sudden there's a lot of judgment around it. So we can just noticing this and letting go of the expectation, but just kind of holding the intention. So we can feel the force of these forces of desire in our meditation. As we watch what comes up with the mind, what happened in that first meditation when we just were with the process of breathing. Maybe there was no sense of doing, maybe we were just with that. But if we felt like we had to do something, there was something, I have to be better at this, then maybe there was some tension. So we can watch these kinds of things and just see how the mind relates to the experience. And then practice, as we always do, letting go and just being with it and seeing how that letting go releases some of that energy and makes whatever we're working with, whether it's positive or negative, easier to be with. So that's the theory. So let's play with that a little bit in another meditation practice. So retaking your meditation posture, letting go of all these words, all the theory, coming back into your meditation seat, closing the eyes if you're comfortable, and just turning inwards again. And again, the bell will invite us. Again, letting go of the words, coming inward, just checking again, how is it right now? Is the mind caught up in all those words and the ideas running off? Is it the energy moving out? Or is it just present in stillness and in ease? Or is it collapsing like a loss of energy? We don't judge any of this, we just notice how it is. Does it feel stressful or calm? Is there a sense of ease or tension in this mind and in this body? And then resetting the intention to be just present with the process of breathing like we were in that first meditation. So setting the intention to be with the breath. Or if the breath doesn't work for you, just let it rest somewhere in the body where it feels comfortable, where it can stay interested. So setting the intention to be present with this breathing or whatever other meditation object you may choose. Setting the intention to just let the mind rest there, then not exert any energy, just being present with whatever your meditation object is. So setting that intention, I'm going to be with this right now in this meditation. Moment to moment, staying with the meditation object. So checking in to notice, is the mind still present with our meditation object? Or is it doing something else? And so whatever it's doing, just noticing the general energy of the mind. Is it resting contentedly and observing our meditation object? Or is it running off, chasing a thought, a plan, a memory? Or is it collapsing? Is there no energy there, just disappearing in dullness? So we notice the desire of the mind to be with whatever it's with. That's what it wants to be with. That's where the desire is. And how does it feel? And then reset the intention to be with the meditation object. That invitation again to be with the meditation object. And noticing the effect when we're with the object, or when the mind wanders off to do something else, when it's moving towards something else. Noticing the effect. Setting the intention to be with this object right here, right now. Is the mind content to be with this meditation object, or is it moving off in some other direction, wanting something else, wanting to get rid of something? Just noticing the effect and inviting the mind to the away from the fire of that wanting to the coolness of non-desire, of resting, contentment, just being with whatever's happening. Can we just be with this meditation object and be content? So feeling that wanting, and then the invitation to just rest in this awareness. Is the mind still resting in the meditation object or something else going on? If it's Running off after something, feeling that energy and inviting it back to just rest here. But if that cool, resting contentment feels boring, there's no energy around it, maybe inviting the spark of curiosity. Like, how is it right now? What's happening? Can we get interested in this, how the mind is relating to experience? So being with the meditation object and noticing the energy of the mind, how it's relating to this experience right here. Is it moving or is it resting? Can we stay interested? Noticing what the mind is paying attention to. Is it resting in this awareness, or is it chasing something, moving outwards, or collapsing, boredom, dullness? Noticing the effect of whatever the mind is paying attention to. What's the mind wanting to pay attention to? What's the effect on the mind and the body? And then re-inviting the mind to be present with the meditation object, just resting there. Or if the mind is getting drowsy or disengaging, inviting curiosity. Looking closer, how is it right now? In this moment. In this moment. Noticing what the mind is paying attention to. Noticing the effect of that on the mind and the body. Is it stressful or is it calming? Or does it have zero energy to it? Feels like a black hole. How is it? In this moment. So we can notice this over and over again, watching the habits of the mind. Just even in this meditation, what was the general habit of the mind? Does it go out towards something? Does it collapse? And how does that feel? And were there moments of ease, restfulness, contentment? Noticing what leads toward ease. Is it being with this breath? Or whatever our meditation object is? Or does the ease come with curiosity, just to add a little bit of energy? How is it right now? Just through this experimentation, we learn how to practice in different ways, to notice how to observe, use the mind to observe the mind, get to know it. So just taking a few last breaths, be with this process of the body breathing. The bell invites us to let that go, but maybe just reflect on what you might have noticed. Yeah, so this, again, this practice, these simple practices, this is our opportunity to let go of all the stuff that's going on out in the world. And we're giving ourselves time to come inwards and really getting to notice how we relate to experience. And when we're getting pushed around by that energy, the fire of desiring to be something or to not be something or to have something, noticing the effect. And we can keep doing this. And again, every time we do this, we learn something about ourselves and how we relate to experience. And hopefully that helps you move in a little more direction towards calm, or at least getting to know yourself better. So hopefully some of this was a benefit. Taking it to your daily life is that we do it in meditation, but we take this into our life to notice moment to moment how we're relating to whatever is in front of us, and noticing what leads to ease. So thanks for being here.